Okay, this is not generic fitness advice. If you've been trying to lose fat and gain lean muscle definition that lasts for life, and you've been eating less food and doing more cardio, that's exactly why you're stuck in the same position. That's exactly why you haven't been in that ideal physique, that image that you have in your mind. That's why you're not getting there, because you are eating like this, less food, and performing all of this cardio. And the worst part is, the harder you push, the harder you try to add another day of cardio, the more you try to restrict food. If you're eating 1,500 calories, you're like, okay, let me go down to 1,200 calories. The more you're doing these things, the worse your body feels. And the deeper in survival mode your body gets into, and it prevents you from actually reaching this goal that you have in your mind. In this short video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that you need to be doing if you want to put on some lean muscle definition for life. Not for these next couple of weeks, not because you're taking this pill during the season of your life. No, put on lean muscle definition that lasts throughout your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. So most people think that being lean and having muscle definition is the equivalent to weight loss, or being toned is just eating less food and doing more cardio, when in reality, being lean is putting on lean muscle. The mindset has to shift from I want to lose weight to how do I put on lean muscle? Because that ideal physique you have in your mind is not just skin and bone. It's a body that was built, and building that lean muscle takes effort and intentionality that completely takes you away from, okay, how do I just lose weight? When you get yourself in this mindset, you understand that you need to build muscle. So that means you need to eat more calories, obviously the right kind, but you need to eat more macronutrients, more healthy carbs, more protein, more healthy fats. Now the problem is, because you've been in a chronic deficit, a chronic calorie deficit, you've been eating less food, you've been in a calorie deficit for like years, you've done all these programs, your doctor has told you, hey, just eat less food. So now your body has now reduced its metabolic rate, right? Your metabolism has reduced, your resting metabolic rate has reduced, which makes burning fat all the more challenging, because your metabolism is not operating at a frequency which is needed to actually burn the fat while you put on muscle. So this is the complexity that a lot of individuals are facing, especially nurses. When they want to have that ideal shape, they're going at it completely wrong and fighting against their own body. So the things that they're doing is completely fighting against what they have in their mind. And it's not their fault, because they've been conditioned this way. They've been conditioned to eat less. They've been conditioned to do more cardio. They've been conditioned to negate protein, negate all these vital components that actually build the muscle in the body, no matter what age you're at, no matter if you're going through menopause, no matter if you're sick, no matter if you're older, no matter if you're 3 foot tall, 4 foot tall. There are still vital components needed to put on this lean muscle. And once you start incorporating this into your daily habits, into your daily lifestyle, it's going to be night and day in the results. Okay, the first thing that we need to be doing is lifting heavier. And I know a lot of women are kind of scared by this statement. Well, the women I've met, the nurses I've met, could be scared by this statement. This is part of the new mindset you have to adopt. So cardio helps with burning calories. Strength training helps with building muscle. Now, because of the circumstances of a lot of nurses working 12-hour shifts, usually having a stressful home life, that increased cortisol, all that cardio makes it really hard to lose the weight, because your body is not the same as it was in high school or college, right? Your body's operating off of hormonal frequencies and hormonal stimulation. So if there's increased cortisol in your body, you can do thousands of hours of cardio, but the body just won't burn the calories, right? So what do we actually do? We need to focus on strength training, because realistically, again, the ideal image you want, that toned, sexy, lean physique, you need to put on muscle for that physique. It's not just doing hours of cardio and boom, you look like a bikini model. No, you need to actually lift weights. We need to strength train. And when I say strength train, I don't mean going to the gym, picking up 5-pound dumbbells, doing a couple curls, and then heading out and congratulating yourself that you just did a great workout. You need to strength train with purpose, with intention. And more specifically, you need to be progressively overloading your muscles. This is how we stimulate hypertrophy, which is the process of growing your muscles. So my clients are not only tracking the exercises that they're doing, but the amount of reps, how it feels, the amount of time under tension while they're performing that exercise. Because if we don't constantly increase those numbers, then their body is gonna stay the same. The body doesn't change if you don't change. If you stay the same, if you go to the gym twice a week, 3 times a week, pick up 5-pound dumbbells and just lackadaisically move it around and then say that's a workout, your body will never grow. You can do that 6 days a week for 20 years. You will remain the same. But once you start challenging your muscle, once you start putting time under tension on your muscles, your body has no other option but to grow. No other option but to rebuild stronger, rebuild more durable, rebuild more flexible, because it's an adaptive technology within the body. Your body wants to keep you alive. Your body wants to be efficient. So if you're constantly putting tension on your body strategically and safely, your body has no option but to grow and build that lean muscle. Number 2, you need to stop under eating and understand that food is your friend. You need to throw out all the psychology, all the conditioning, all the marketing that you've been exposed to over the last 20, 30 years that told you to eat 1,200 calories, that told you to, if you're not losing weight, you just need to eat less food. Remove another 100 calories, remove another 200 calories. That mindset is why you're watching this video. That mindset is why you're still constantly searching for something to help you get to this ideal weight, this ideal physique that you want. Okay, so how do we actually eat to support our body so we can start building more muscle? And one of the key macronutrients is the protein. Now, a lot of women struggle with this because they feel like, oh, they don't want to get big like a man. They don't want to put on all this muscle mass. Okay, so your body works completely different than a man's body, and it will take you years of eating a specific type of way, of training a specific type of way, and in most cases taking additional supplements like testosterone over a specific amount of years to achieve that bodybuilding type of physique. That's not what we're aiming for. That lean tone muscle, that lean tone definition that you want still requires a lot of protein. Now, at least 0.7 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So ideally, if a lady weighs 170 pounds, she wants to be eating around 170 grams of protein per day to actually build that lean muscle definition. Because as you're breaking down your muscle tissues in the gym, by the way, you do not burn fat, you do not lose weight in the gym. All of this happens when you sleep. So in the gym, as you're destroying your muscles, progressively overloading your muscles, as you're sleeping, your body is now rebuilding. Your body is now repairing the damage. And one of the main macronutrients it uses for this repairing mode is protein. Now, if you only have 30 grams of protein, 50 grams of protein for the day, it doesn't have enough resources to actually build this lean muscle. Versus another woman who's eating 150, 160, 170 grams of protein, the body's like, whoa, this is what we need. And this is how, when done consistently, this is how your body starts to change. This is how your body composition starts to change, because you're actually feeding your body the right macronutrients to be able to build that lean, sexy, confident body that you're looking for. The mindset shift that my clients make is that under eating underserves my body, and I need to feed my body to reach the goals that I want. And that's what I want you to adopt today. Under eating underserves my body, but fueling your body, eating the right macronutrients actually is gonna help build the body that you want. And trust me, I know the fear. What if I start gaining weight? Listen, there will be some weight fluctuation as you start eating more calories. You're eating more food, more carbohydrates, more protein, more healthy fats. But what you need to understand is that muscle weighs significantly more than fat. A pound of muscle weighs more than a pound of fat. So there will be some fluctuations in the scale, and that's why in the program, Healthcare for Healthcare, we don't just track your scale. We track your lean mass, we track your fat mass, we track your body fat, we track the measurements around your neck, your arms, your stomach, your waist, your thighs, because we want to accurately show you that there are gonna be weeks that you're gaining a pound, 2 pounds, maybe 3 pounds, but your lean muscle mass is also increasing and your fat mass is decreasing, meaning that you're gaining more lean muscle as you're lowering your body fat. And that is the goal that you want. And this is the problem here. A lot of nurses don't understand how to reach that goal of putting on that lean muscle and the process that their body needs to undergo. And it's not a straight linear shot. It's not a, you start today and you just continue to lose pounds all the way down, right? A lot of my clients, not a lot, every single one of my clients, the scale is up and down. And that's anybody. That's anybody who's properly losing weight while building lean muscle, the scale is always going to be up and down because that's just how it is. And the fear is when people see the scale go up a little bit, they're like, oh, they panic. Oh, this isn't working. Oh my gosh, I just gained a pound. I did something wrong, right? And that's why you need a good coach to keep you accountable and performing the right things on a proven plan that's gonna help you get to the final destination. Okay, so number 3 is trading for longevity. This is a long game. This is not a sprint. And I know we live in a microwavable world, in a DoorDash instant cart world. We wanna put on 15 pounds of muscle in 3 weeks and not work as hard for it. But that's just not the case, and it doesn't work like that. Having lean definition for life means changing your lifestyle, changing your habits. And the 2 things we mentioned earlier about lifting properly and eating more food are the main components, but there are some subcategories attached to those components that tie into your daily habits, your daily lifestyle. So having good sleep, having adequate recovery, hydration, managing your stress and your cortisol, these are factors that are also important, but these are factors that require consistency. It's not something we just right away tackle. A night shift nurse who's working 4 nights a week and has been working 4 nights a week for the past 10 years and doesn't have a good sleep schedule, it's going to be extremely challenging for her to fix her sleep schedule in 2 days. She needs to be consistent. She needs to give herself grace. There may be a day or two where she slips up and she doesn't sleep as good. But if she continues to be consistent, if she continues to work at this, it will get better. The problem is a lot of nurses don't give themselves grace, and when they make a minor error or they slip up, they're like, oh, wash my hands, I'll start this next week. I'll just continue to slip up the rest of the week. And that type of mindset prevents them from being consistent, prevents them from enduring the long game because they're thinking they have to be perfect and have these short bursts of perfection. When I said earlier, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon, this is a long game. And yes, in 6 months, 9 months of consistency, you can make a lot of progress in your body, a lot of noticeable, tangible progress in your body, but that can't be it. Because if you stop there, then 6 months later, you're going to be in remission. You're going to go back to where you were before you started that progress, and now you're going to be upset again and discouraged, and you're going to say things are not working for you because your mindset never really adapted to playing the long game. You need to train for the long game, for consistency versus, oh, I'm training just to fit this dress for this wedding in October. And after the wedding, now you start slipping in your habits. You start eating less food again. You start not going to the gym. You start binging. You start not sleeping. And all these poor habits come right back in. And now you're back at square one. I tell my clients this, the best program isn't the hardest one. The best program is the one you can commit to for years. So if you're serious about building lean muscle and burning your body's belly fat the right way without destroying your metabolism, without losing 20 pounds in 2 weeks and then gaining it all right back the next week later, this is why I created my program, Healthcare for Healthcare, a premium coaching program designed specifically for nurses who are struggling to lose weight, struggling to have energy, and have no balance or control. I help you reorganize your life, give you the right steps, the right things you need to be doing to start to see that weight loss, to put on that lean muscle, but most importantly, to make it sustainable. If your plan is not sustainable, the results will never last. So if that's you and you're ready to losing your body fat and putting on some lean muscle that actually lasts for the rest of your life, I've attached the link to apply to my one-on-one premium coaching program in the description. So fill that out and let's set up a call just to see if my program will be a good fit for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more value, click this video right here and I'm sure it'll bless you. Peace.